Alright there you guys again, welcome to another of my live videos, and today there's quite a few things to discuss with you guys today because a lot more things has updated since my last video that I did. Just to notify you guys about, yes, Rooney's fully gone to Everton, and he's currently getting that number, he's currently going to be getting that number 10 shirt at Everton. And currently, according to something that I read, that Romelu Lukaku is going to be getting that number 10 shirt at Manchester United, and that Antonio Martial is going to be going back in that number 9 role, that iconic number 9 role, that iconic number 9 shirt that I likes. And my opinion why he lost that number 9 shirt in the first place is beyond me, but I think he's got that number 9 shirt back now. But yes, guys, let's get straight on. Obviously, now we've got Lindelof on the board. We've got Romelu Lukaku on the board. As I said, comparing him with Lacazette is really, really hard, to be quite honest. I'd say my own perspective, Romelu Lukaku he's got Premier League experience. I say Lacazette's got more experience in general, but obviously it'd be beneficial for Manchester United. Lukaku's got that Premier League experience, and I think, with is he worth the 75? Well, the 90 million with the ads on as well. Is he worth the 90 million, Romelu Lukaku? Because with that amount of money, you expect him to perform week in, week out, and hit the ground running. That's what you expect from Romelu Lukaku, which I presume he will do. As I said, his first touch, he's not good. He has weaknesses, but he's good at bullying defenders. He's good at leading the lines fantastically well. He scores loads and loads of goals. The relationship with him and Pogba is very, very good as well. With Mourinho up and down, but it will be solved. He's currently not going on the US tours either. 37 appearances last season, 25 goals. So Romelu Lukaku is Premier League proven. He's physically good at going around defenders. He's also got a good left foot on him. For the last couple of years, he's become an isolated figure, but I still think he will deliver the goods to Manchester United. But comparing him to Lacazette is really hard, to be honest, guys, because, as I said, Lacazette's got that more experience. You know, there's a lot of good French players out there, and I think the French league is very, very consistent. You know, there's a lot of good French players out there who I do highly rate, who could be available, but I think he's got more experience as Lacazette, but Lukaku has got that Premier League, he's Premier League proven, as Lacazette's not. So Lacazette could come to the Premier League and tear the Premier League apart for all we know. But with him, I think Lacazette, basically, in my opinion, will perform better in the games with Arsenal. Because I will admit, as a United fan, that is a good, fantastic signing for Arsenal. But I think he will perform better in the games and give more effort and work rate. But I think Lukaku will score more goals. That's basically my opinion. So I think Lacazette will perform better than Lukaku, but I think Lukaku will end up scoring more goals by the end of this season, next season, should I say. So yes, that's my personal perspective on it. And with Thomas Lacazette, though, is fantastic. Over 30 goals last season. Arsenal did get him, £20 odd million cheaper than we paid for Lukaku, which was 75 million. They paid for 2 million. You could say he's arguably better in some aspects of his game. He's good at leading the lines. He's good at getting through the channels, and that will dramatically improve Arsenal in an attacking sense. I still think they need another player down the board. With Thomas Lemar, they've been linked with Thomas Lemar of Arsenal. They've had a couple of bids being rejected. I think they're looking to improve their bid. I think there's been talks around £45 million. Thomas Lemar is a good athlete, though. He's a fantastic player, and I think he's adamant that he does want to leave. They have been in negotiations. I think more negotiations will go ahead. But with certain players, it's not just about, you know, the player. You know, it's about the payment structures. It's about the agent fees, and it's about the salary. And that's what you do when you get players on the board. As I said, negotiations do take time. And Thomas Lemar, 14 goals in all competitions, 55 appearances, I think, last season. But yeah, that would be a fantastic sign for Arsenal. With he's very skillful also. He's very, very good in the air, very composed, very tenacious, and he's a fantastic player. But that would be fantastic. With Mahrez, Arsenal could still possibly get him on the board. From my perspective, I think, well, he, of course, won the Player of the Year a couple of years ago. He won the Player of the Year a couple of years ago, and his outstanding performances during that campaign with Leicester's success to the Premier League with Jamie Vardy there. To me, Leicester basic, and he had thoughts last season or sometime that he had thoughts about quitting. For me, I think Leicester do need to lower the price tag, because I think the price tag is around about £50 million. I think the price tag needs to be lowered. But with Alexis Sanchez, I think one of their advanced players, there's been talks about him, not Barcelona, Manchester City and Bayern Munich have been in there. He said it's Pep Guardiola's #1 solution, currently looking for a reunion with Pep Guardiola at Barcelona before. But Sanchez is composed, he's well organised, you know, he scores bags full of goals. He didn't intend just to win 2 FA Cups in 3 seasons with Arsenal. With a player of his calibre, he should be challenging for trophies and all that, should Alexis Sanchez and stuff, as he did expect. But I think he's currently missing out, well after his Confederations Cup. I think he's now is he missing out on the US tours for Arsenal? I'm not quite sure, but I think he was demanding a £400,000 a week contract with Alexis Sanchez, so he's very enthusiastic as well. I'd love Alexis Sanchez as a quality player. But Arsenal, you know, with these teams, you know, even with Chelsea, I say at the moment, Chelsea are currently in turmoil at the moment. So there's City, Chelsea, you know, us. I think we need another striker with Lukaku. Even though Lukaku's good, he has weaknesses. But I still say we need another striker in there. Lukaku will be fantastic. He'll be, you know, working amongst good players, playing amongst good players. You could say he's playing with like Martial, who still needs to develop on his game more and improve. You know, you could say that in that aspect. Maybe Rashford as well. He needs to improve on his finishing and stuff. I don't think he'll get the first team next season because he's not fully ready to lead the lines yet, Marcus Rashford. He's got that experience but not ready to lead the lines just yet. So I'd say we still need a backup striker there. I do still say we need another striker there. I think we're lacking depth in midfield. I do think that's Jose Mourinho has identified that as his key role. We definitely need to strengthen up in the midfield. And we have added depth to our back line, so that's good. Chelsea have got problems. Chelsea have got problems at the moment. They're in turmoil, Chelsea, at the moment. Currently, they won the league last season. Conte is frustrated with the lack of investment in this transfer window from Chelsea's point of view. A lot of Chelsea fans won't be happy about this. I think Chelsea, yes, they've just confirmed the signing of Rudiger from Roma, the centre-back. I think is it £34 million or something that they'd been in talks with him. Yes, they've currently signed him. So basically, Chelsea have added depth to their back line, which is good because they have got a strong, ambitious back line of Chelsea. They've got the likes of Azpilicueta, David Luiz, Gary Cahill, and now they've added Rodioga to the ranks, and also that is an alternative replacement for John Terry as well, as he's left after being at Stamford Bridge for 22 years. I think in the midfield, well, in an attacking sense, in attacking enforcer, Chelsea have not improved at all in an attacking enforcer at this moment in time. They need to add attack to their team. They're lacking that attacking instinct, and they're lacking depth in that attacking sense. And with Diego Costa, could be set to leave. I think he's currently refusing also to go on the tours with Chelsea as well. So Chelsea so these teams like Manchester City have got defensive problems. You know, we've got problems in the midfield that need to be solved out. And you know, Chelsea have got problems up front. They need an attacking sense up front. So you could see a lot of the teams have still got they've identified certain key positions in quite a lot of the teams that need to be strengthened up and add depth in there. So it just tells you, doesn't it, guys? And I did say we need a defensive midfielder so you can set Pogba free. He's one of the best when he's free, as I said, Paul Pogba. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to update you about Bakayoko. He's just been thrown into the equation. Apparently, according to the Daily Star I've just read, that currently Manchester United have agreed the same amount of Chelsea, a £35 million deal. And it says basically that we've hijacked Chelsea again after getting Romelu Lukaku on the board. I haven't watched much of Bakayoko. I've seen some of his style of play. It looks very, very impressive for Monaco. He's a good approaching tackler good at breaking up the play. He's also tall as well. He's very good in the air, very skillful. As I said, good at breaking up the play. You know, he's very enthusiastic, very passionate. His reading of his game's fantastic as well. And yeah, but Chelsea have been in advanced talks with him for quite a while, Bakayoko. In June, I think he was due a medical or something like this. He was due a medical. And by the 1st of July, it was going to be fully announced. That it didn't turn out like that. It was due a late announcement medical. And it's been silent for it's been silent now for quite a while, and it has been delayed and about this Bakayoko deal for Chelsea, and they've been relying on what's going to be happening. And now all of a sudden, as I said, now Chelsea are in turmoil. They're having problems at the moment, and you wouldn't expect Chelsea to be having problems, but they are. And yeah, Bakayoko, Manchester United have matched the bid of £35 million. So the decision may be made soon. So we've currently matched the bid of that. That's just according to the Daily Star. Not quite sure what's going to be happening with that. Him and Fabinho, we've talked about Fabinho. I'd still prefer Fabinho over him any day of the week. Fabinho, good at breaking up the play, very good in the air, very tenacious, very precise on the ball. And he'd be a fantastic luxury in that midfield. Wait there, guys. One sec. Fabinho last season though, I think he was at 14 goals in all competitions last season for Fabinho. He's a fantastic player, is Fabinho, and Monaco were fantastic last season. Absolutely fantastic were Monaco last season. And I did praise and admire them for their outstanding performances at Monaco last season. They were absolutely fantastic with Monaco. And the performances were absolutely sublime with Monaco's last season. They played good football. You know, absolutely battered and destroyed Manchester City in the Champions League as well. So they were delight to watch last season, and some of their players could be on. They don't basically want to let a lot of their players out to Monaco, but some could be still going, as we've seen Bernardo Silva's gone. Bakayoko could be going, and Mbappe's possibility still. You know, there's quite a few Monaco players that could be going, but there's been talks from the Daily Star that we have hijacked Chelsea, and it's been agreed for Bakayoko. A £35 million deal has been agreed. So that's the latest news on that, guys. And the Ivan Perisic case, apparently now, according to reports, some social media things have been posted on or something like that about Ivan Perisic, that it's now an unknown destination. Apparently it's been pictured at an airport, and it says it's now an unknown destination. And according to the reports, with the Inter Milan boss who's willing to keep Ivan Perisic at the San Siro, they basically said they are having showdown talks now. They're having more advanced talks with Ivan Perisic. But for me, why would they be doing this? They should have done this back in May, you know, when he said goodbye to the fans after his last game. So what's going on? It's been going on for absolutely months. It's a similar scenario to the Morata case when you had them showdown talks. So why is he having showdown talks now? So what's going on? Basically, Di Marzio had announced that they have got to come to an agreement, and a fee has to be fully agreed. So why are they having showdown talks? I don't really understand that, guys. But obviously, a couple of bids have been rejected before for Ivan Perisic. For me, he's a good player. He's one of Inter Milan's standout players. I think he got 11 goals last season, quite a few assists in there. But I think they're still looking in the region to is it €44 million or £48 million sterling? Yes, I think it's around about £48 million sterling that Inter Milan are still looking into, that they want for Ivan Perisic. But he's basically still wants to come to the Premier League. He's still basically trying to force the move. But discussions are going further down the line. So we'll have to see what happens about him. I still basically am convinced that we will still get Ivan Perisic on the board. I'm still convinced that it will happen, guys. But I wouldn't pay £48 million. I think the most we're willing to pay for Ivan Perisic is £35 million. We're not, or 40 million. That's the most we're going to pay. I don't think Manchester United are capable of paying any more than that for Ivan Perisic. But more things will be discussed, and we will eventually come to an agreement further down the line about Ivan Perisic. But he's good, he's strong, Fantastic pace, he's got good movement, rhythm about his play, and he's got fantastic genuine pace, as I said, so he'd be ideal and he'd help and support Martial fantastically well, as we do need that dedicated width. Also with Nainggolan, I haven't heard much about the Nainggolan case, but Nainggolan is fantastic. Obviously very dynamic, box-to-box player, very creative. He was one of Serie A's stars last season, 15 goals, 7 assists, I think it was. So he's just a fantastic player, but I think he's got a contract until 2020 with Roma. I think so anyway. But I think Roma are willing to keep him because they've already lost 2 players, I think. They've lost Rodiger to Chelsea, and they've lost Salah to Liverpool, who's a fantastic player as well. A very pacey winner, good in the air also. He's another good player. So I don't think there were talks about Rodrygo's going, Salah's gone, Rodrygo's gone, Salah's gone, and then Nainggolan's going to be next. I think Chelsea have entered the race as well for Nainggolan to try and get his signature. I love Nainggolan at Manchester United. He'd be a fantastic midfielder. I think he can play as an attacking mid, but he may be able to get put in the defensive midfield as well. But yes, guys, and as I said, the latest news now about James Rodriguez. There's been further talks down the line about Rodriguez, guys. With Rodriguez, there's been more talks about this. That there's been a price tag around about 66 million euros, as Rodriguez performances in the World Cup have been absolutely sublime. In the 2014 FIFA World Cup, currently won the Golden Boot and got the top scorer. So it just shows his performances are fantastic in the World Cup. James Rodriguez, the Colombian. Right there, guys. But with Rodriguez, you know, he's very versatile, very good in the air. He's got a wonder of a left foot. You know, as I said, very versatile, skillful, good at feeding teammates ahead of him. Composure's good, he's energetic, good at breaking up play, good at driving forward, picking out the right passes. That's what James Rodriguez, he's got fantastic physical attributes. And basically, Liverpool was in there for him. He'd been offered to Liverpool for Jurgen Klopp, but there's a price tag with £66 million. And Liverpool are not willing to pay £66 million James Rodriguez. So the speculation about that are all over. So there's been teams in for James Rodriguez. There's been United in there. There's been Arsenal in there. As I said, Liverpool have been in there. Chelsea are in there, I think. But with James Rodriguez last season, with the irregular starts, that he claimed that Jorge Mendes has basically banned him up to the top clubs. But he's said all along, he's adamant that he did say the only team he would move to would be Manchester United, James Rodriguez. As AC Milan have been in there before for James Rodriguez, but it's been going on for quite a while about James Rodriguez, but there's not been an initial approach, there's not been an official bid put out for him yet, so I think negotiations will still take more things will be negotiated further down the line. But James Rodriguez, with the Champions League final last season, didn't even get his name in the squad. Didn't play. Didn't get in the bench or anything. For Real Madrid. And Real Madrid are basically having problems, and he did claim out as well, that Perez was blocking him a move unless any team was willing to pay the price tag that Real Madrid have set out. But I think with James Rodriguez, he does want to leave. I don't even think he wants to be at Real Madrid for the pre-season games. I don't even think he wants to be at Real Madrid. I think he's urging that he does want to make a move. And basically what is being said is anyone's going to meet the price tag of James Rodriguez, that he will be released. James Rodriguez, he will be released. And yeah, and I think he only had, 22 appearances, but only 13 of them were from starts last season. And currently, I think Real Madrid, it's the same round price tag that they bought him off Monaco in 2014, which is about £66 million that they got him from Monaco back in 2014 also. But I do highly rate James Rodriguez. It's been going on for a while, so there has been talks. But now, according to the reports about him, a guy, the Colombian journalist, is called Javier Hernandez Bonet, the Colombian journalist. As currently said now, Bayern Munich have entered the race, basically. And they could be favoured to get James Rodriguez's signature. And they could put a deal in for him within the next couple of hours or so. And he's basically saying they could be favoured to get James Rodriguez and land him on the board, according to reports. Says the current German champions could get James Rodriguez on the board because they're basically maybe willing to pay the fee that's been asked for. But I don't know, guys. This is just according to the reports that I've just read. This is just according to the reports. But I said he'd be a fantastic signing. I'd love the likes of James Rodriguez to Manchester United. I just absolutely love him there because we need that creativeness and we're lacking that depth. And he would be the real deal with James Rodriguez. And yeah. And also about Aubameyang, I am very surprised that we wasn't in for Aubameyang because he could still be available down the line. As I said about Aubameyang, good at getting through the channels, very good in the air, very tenacious. Currently, Borussia Dortmund's talisman. You know, Liverpool have been in there for him, obviously looking for a reunion with Klopp after working with him at Borussia Dortmund. But I'm surprised he wasn't in for Aubameyang. But now, about Aubameyang, according to reports, what was said now about Aubameyang? Yes, we know that Di Marzio is very trustworthy. He's a respected journalist. AC Milan have recently been in there for Aubameyang. The Di Marzio, the respected journalist, who is very trustworthy and very reliable when it comes to Italian stories, has basically said Aubameyang's representatives, AC Milan and Aubameyang's representatives will be having further discussions about Aubameyang's future. What will he be doing? Whether he'll be staying at Borussia Dortmund or not. Currently, Manchester City have been in there for him as well. Chelsea have also been in there for him as well. I'm surprised Manchester United haven't actually been in there for the likes of Aubameyang because he's very enthusiastic, very passionate. He's an efficient finisher and he's basically got all the physical attributes and he's a good goal scorer, 42 goals last term. So yeah, and as I did say, there's a lot of good French players out there. Believe it or not, good German players out there that could basically just come to the Premier League and tear the Premier League apart. Such as your Griezmann's French, such as your Ousmane Dembele's, who could be still available. Ousmane Dembele, you know. Bakayoko, he's another one. I still prefer Fabinho. There's a lot of good French players out there. A lot of good French players. I like Griezmann. I like Dembele. I like Mbappe also. I'd love Mbappe. I'd love him. But basically, Mbappe has basically posted on Instagram and Twitter followers that he's preparing to stay at Atletico Madrid for the pre-season games. Monaco for the pre-season games. Sorry, rephrase my word. Monaco, Kylian Mbappe. And basically, Real Madrid have shown their interest in Kylian Mbappe. Also, Arsenal have shown their interest in Kylian Mbappe because he's one of the highest prospects in the world. He was the flourish of Monaco last season, winning them the Liga 1 and progressing to the Champions League semi-final. Of course, got 26 goals last season and 15 assists. Currently made history in the Champions League as well. And he's absolutely fantastic for France also, is Kylian Mbappe. But basically, as I said, Real Madrid basically have to offload one of their players if they want to get Mbappe on the board. Because if you've got the likes of Ronaldo there, you've got the likes of Bale and Benzema there, he's not going to be guaranteed first team football. Is Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid with the likes of them players at Real Madrid. So it's basically down to his decision what he does. But there has been talks about it recently about Mbappe. He could still end up staying at Monaco, maybe. But yeah, guys, we'll have to see what happens about that. But yeah, going back to the situation about Rooney, the topic of development about Wayne Rooney, I do admire him, I still praise him. He's gone back to a club that he loves on a 2-year deal, I think it is. He loves, grew up with, it was his boyhood club. And basically what Everton is saying, Koeman's task is that they've done fantastic well in his transfer window. They've improved, they've strengthened up in they've strengthened up in key certain areas of Everton. They've got 6-7 players on the board now. And basically Koeman, his target is basically to get them challenging next season for top 4 to get Champions League football, or be in the top 5 at least. That's what he's doing. Wayne Rooney's basically saying he can gain silverware with Everton, because Rooney for Everton would be beneficial because he's got the experience. He's proved it for us, Manchester United. You know, he could even get his place back force his way back in the England squad now, going back to Everton, depending how he performs. But I do think he will perform fantastically well for Everton. He's still a good player. I just said over the last couple of years he wasn't himself. He wasn't developing himself. But to be quite fair to Mourinho, let's be honest, he had the regular starts, but he really didn't get much of a chance, did he, Wayne Rooney? He didn't get much of a chance. He still showed shadows. He still showed shadows of himself that he could perform in games. He did get his name a couple of times on the score sheet last season for Manchester United. But he has been a fantastic servant. You know, he's been at the club for 13 years, over a decade. Won every single domestic cup. You know, he's achieved what he's achieved. You know, 253 goals in all competitions. And, you know, he's going to be sadly missed. And I think Everton may be a strong attacking force team next season. They've added ranks to their team. I think they may be a team to watch out for next season. I know it might sound stupid, but there could be a team to watch out for next season. And with the Ross Barkley case, I'm not sure what's happening with him. He's being linked with Tottenham as well. That could be part to do with the Wayne Rooney. That could see Barkley go out of Everton. But yeah, Ousmane Dembele could be still available. Manchester United are in there. I think he stubbed Barcelona off, but Barcelona are still interested in Ousmane Dembele. Ousmane Dembele, fantastic for France. Another high prospect. He's going to be in the top 2 or top 3 when Ronaldo and Messi retire. He's very skillful, very tenacious, good at breaking up play, very, very fast. His movement, you know, he's technically very, very good. He's Ousmane Dembele. I'd love him at Manchester United. But there's still time in this transfer window. There's still time in this transfer window for things to be fully negotiated. I presume sometime this week another deal will be fully announced, or maybe next week sometime. It's just very beneficial now. We've got Lukaku on the board, we've got Lindelof on the board, and yeah. But with the as I said, with the even Perisic case, we don't know what's going on now. He said basically he's being pictured at an airport saying it's an unknown his destination is officially unknown. And he's having showdown talks with the Inter Milan boss, I can't remember the name, and Inter Milan in general. But there's still that price tag. I don't think Manchester United are willing to pay the Inter Milan asking price tag, but I still think things will get sorted out in a way. And yeah, as I said, Lukaku's going to be getting that number 10. I should imagine maybe Martial's going back in that number 9 position as well. So, as I said, with Lacazette and Lukaku, I think Lacazette's good. He can score loads of goals for Arsenal, to be quite fair. But I think Lukaku will score more goals. I said he's a big game bottler. He does bottle it in the big games. He really, really does. But at Manchester United, is at a high level. He's got a good pedigree as well as Lukaku. And he's amongst good players. And he's got players there to help him, you know, to succeed at Manchester United. Couldn't do it on his own. But if he's got the players and the support that he needs there, I think he will be a fantastic role model for Manchester United, Romelu Lukaku. I really, really do, guys. So, yeah, and is he going to be worth the money? We'll find out currently end of his tenure. But big money goes all around about football. You know, with Gareth Bale, with Ronaldo case about him going to Real Madrid. We got 80 million for him. We gained a £68 million profit, but basically, he's been worth the money. Look what he's won at Real Madrid. You know, scores bag full of goals. You know, won three Champions Leagues in 4 seasons with Real Madrid. Won La Ligas. Scores bags full of goals. His performances are fantastic. One of the best in the world. Very skillful. Very good in the air. Very fast. His movement's fantastic. He's just basically, and he's very enthusiastic. He's unstoppable, is Ronaldo. Absolutely unstoppable. And the talks had died down, but that I think his decision is being made. I think he's basically now staying at Real Madrid. He said more would be decided after the Confederations Cup, but obviously I did say most of it was due to the tax, that he was aware of the tax allegations and the Spanish tax authorities, and that it was the tax case. This is why Ronaldo, I said he was being petulant, he was annoyed, but now he's had talks with Perez. Perez has given him a tap on the back, and he's been at Real Madrid 8 years, and I presume that he still will be Real Madrid this season. It was just talks. I thought there may be some truth behind it, the way it was sprouting about, but I just found it hard to believe after 8 years why he'd be wanting to make a return back to Manchester United, you know. Same with Bale, you know, he was fantastic at Tottenham as well. There could be talks about him leaving. Bale, Tottenham paid a load of money, Real Madrid paid a load of money for him, but he's been worth the money, as I said again. You know, what he's achieved: 3 Champions Leagues, 4 seasons, winning La Ligas, you know, contributes to his game well, participates well with the team, and there's basically no reason for these players, for these type of players, why they'd want to leave these certain clubs when they've achieved well. They're fitting well into the team, such as Bale. As I said with Bale, he's only been missed. He hasn't had many starts because of his injury. He's injury prone. That's the only reason. And when players are achieving well, winning trophies, scoring bag full of goals, highly rated players, there's basically no reason to leave that club. And the same with Manchester United when Ronaldo was at United. You know, won 3 Premier Leagues, a Champions League, I think 2 League Cups and FA Cup and all that. And it was fantastic. 42 goals in all competitions in one season. I think all in total scored about 100 odd goals. There was basically no reason for him to basically leave Manchester United at that moment in time, but we gained a £68 million profit for him. It was a staggering £80 million that we got for him. So basically did it for the money. Basically, that's basically the main reason why. And as I said, Serie A as well are doing fantastic in this transfer window. I said they were bossing it. AC Milan have got 6 or 7 players in. I think Juventus have signed a few players in. So Serie A doing quite well. And yeah, Serie A are doing quite well in this transfer window. But as I said, guys, James Rodriguez, more talks will be held about that, guys. More talks will be held. I do hope he comes to Manchester United. Bayern Munich now could be in the ascendancy, as I said. I just want the players that come available down the line, and just hope that we're first there in the queue to get them players that we want. But I think them clinical chances that we saw last season will turn into goals. We need to be more attacking. We need to be more attacking. We need that attacking spirit, that flair back in the team. That's all we're asking for. We need this home form needs to improve. The squad rotation needs to improve. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how Jose Mourinho does line up next season, to be quite honest with you. But currently Lukaku's not going on the tours. The Januzaj's not going on the tours either. It's just going to be interesting. More things will update today, and I will be notifying you guys about that. And as I said about the Fabinho case, I still think I am adamant he still wants to make a move to Manchester United. According to Ellie Queet reports, he's determined to make a move to Manchester United. As the Italian journalist reported before, he was close to completing a deal. He's currently rejected a bid from Paris Saint-Germain as well, their French rivals. So I still think he does want to come to Manchester United, does Fabinho, and I'd be ecstatic with Fabinho. If you had a midfielder, Fabinho, 9-goal, and Herrera and Pogba, what a fantastic midfield that is. Absolutely fantastic. And I said Pogba needs to be set free. Herrera needs to be pushed up to express himself more, as he did hold the centre defensive midline fantastically well last season. So basically, is there anything else to report? Let's have a look if there's anything else to report on. I think I may have said my piece. Basically, I just want improvements at Manchester United. That's all I want, is just improvements, because these improvements need in that team. Chelsea need improvements. They need attackers. Chelsea are doing bad in this transfer window. You can understand Conte's frustration with a lack of investment in the transfer windows. You know, you can understand Chelsea's frustration, full stop. But also, I'm not quite sure what's happening with Keita. Liverpool have been involved with him as well. As I said, it'd be a good signing for them. I'm not quite sure what's happening with him. I think talks have been held about that. He's he's dynamic, another box-to-box player, very creative, good at breaking up the play, very precise on the ball, very energetic, you know. Whether Liverpool are getting him on the board or not, I do not know. I'm not quite sure. There were talks about a 60-70 million pound. I'm not quite sure if they're going to be getting him on the board. But, yeah, we'll see what happens about that. But I think also with the Griezmann, the intense speculation about him, I think in January he could still be available down the line. I think we could still get Griezmann if possible. Because I did dwell about that really. I was disappointed that we did miss out on Griezmann. He's a fantastic player. You know, absolutely fantastic. Again, comes from France. I said French players can come to the Premier League and tear the Premier League apart. And that's what I mean, guys, by that. And Spalletti's holding talks Perisic. I couldn't remember the manager's name, but he's holding talks with Perisic at the moment. We're just going to see if there's any more news, guys, that's updated. And then if he isn't, then time for me to go to anything more updates. And yeah, so basically now with James Rodriguez, as I mentioned to you guys early on in the video, that Real Madrid, I think, have signed a Real Betis player. I think they've signed Ceballos, as agreed to join Real Madrid. Let's just look further into the detail about it, because I don't really know much about this. The close to a transfer fees, the Spaniard under 21 to agree to join Real Madrid. Yeah, he's reached the final of the European under 21 Championship in Poland last month. And he's been named the player of the tournament as well. Barcelona have been there, but Madrid have beat him to the race. And he's rejected to offer his contract at Real Betis. But both clubs have been in talks, and hours and days we will have moves. So, yeah, looks like Real Madrid are going to get him. So they'll desperately now basically want to get James Rodriguez out. But it's basically that price tag, that 66 million price tag. What team is going to be reliable and what team is going to pay that price tag off for him? We don't know, guys. I do not know, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Anything else to update you with? I don't think there's anything else to update, guys. I think that could be it for this long video. Guys, anything else to update? Just wait there. See if there's anything else to update. Yeah, the talks about Gareth Bale, guys. He'd only basically leave Real Madrid if he was to currently come to us, Manchester United. That's the intentions of Gareth Bale. But he has said he has failed in the first team at Real Madrid. That's only because due to his injury, though. So I think he missed 23 matches last season with his fitness issues, as I said. You know, and only 12 goals last season. So Bale could be still a possibility that he could be coming to Manchester United. So that'd be fantastic. Anyway, guys, that is absolutely everything I've updated with you today. Drop your comments and likes on the video as usual. Subscribe to Chazzaboy Davenport, my channel. And I hope you enjoyed my time coming today as usual. And I'll see you later, guys. Bye.